Hello. I just kind of want to make a video, I guess, and say, well, I have kind of come to this conclusion, or this theory, this idea, this understanding, and I accept it and value it, and I'm willing to grow from it, with it. It kind of derives from the willingness to be who I want to be, at the same time coincide with all others. Because there's a point where you limiting yourself from the standpoint of denying yourself certain attributes, or what it can seem, in the way they are. So, for example, like me potentially expanding my resume, per se, and branch out and through the means of the personal company I've developed, potentially a way of understanding how things work, and that of understanding another viewpoint, that of being willing to let myself be released into like a work environment kind of thing, considering this company that I'm in, it's a legit thing. So I'm willing to let myself get hired out and by another workforce, or in another way of saying, to get some paper bartering, so that I can put money and invest into this company that I'm starting. Nevertheless, there's a point where this company, this my, I guess we can say, life goal, me deciding to shape my own destiny and fate and that kind of a thing, I am trying to say and saying that, like, there's a point where it kind of branches out into categories of those that do because they can, and those that do because they can get something out of it. In a sense, to kind of understand and explain that understanding in theory, in practice or whatnot, or nevertheless, kind of goes to, well, if we live in this time frame of today, things are kind of based around doing something because you're going to get something out of it. Yes, it would be very nice if it was based around doing something because you can. Well, when you go ahead and have the society that we have, and the dynamics of an economy, and embracing the yesteryear theories of life, and then moving towards the future years of life, it's a challenge to be in what this time will be known as, or at least understood as, or possibly the transition period from yesteryear to the future, or what it can seem, where things literally, where we can start seeing the development and the first years of what is technology being embraced in such a way where we can start having robots living in like the Futurama-ristic-ish type of time frame. At least the beginning inklings of it. To where kind of the point of this video, in a sense, of me saying it is, me personally, I know that I don't know the world and how it's going to react. in the same sense of me saying, of rewording it, of the fact that I have this viewpoint, a certain way of looking at the world. And it's as if I live in like two different worlds, coexisting in the same place at the same time. So I have a foot in one world where you do something because you can, and then I have a foot in the other world where you do something because you're going to get something out of it. Now, you, in the sense of that, I know that I have this willingness to grow in a way that it's still able to provide understanding and a different viewpoint in life. Within that of, well, me, if somebody came to me and said, what kind of society would you build? What kind of, how would you design it? Well, I would design it where it's based off of a system of, you wake up when you want to, you go out and voluntarily learn a job, or go and learn a skill, which would be schooling or education, that's actually usable by any means. So once society breaks down, you actually still know how to do things. You don't have to Google anything, in a sense, to the point where you're flipping burgers and a robot says, yes, you cook that burger preferably, as if they're the overseer or the teacher, because there's a point where not everybody's going to be able to oversee somebody, in a sense, because there's going to be a point where they're going to want to do something else. And so now you know how to cook the burger, and you cooked it the way that person wants it, because they legitimately went to the restaurant and ordered a burger. All the experts come together and they word it. So all the science people come together and they word whatever their science lingo is, and then they present it to the world, and the world votes on it. So everybody can representing themselves. They would also grow their food inside of building year-round, so less drugging. Practically everything is like no drugging, except for like Super Thrive, in a sense. I'm not sure how that would affect food, edible food. It's a plant hormone, and it's a steroid that grows everything bigger. So now year-round everybody has food and stuff like that. It's just, that's the kind of society I would live in. At the same sense, I have the ability to walk around and do stuff. Now, potentially, I put myself in a situation where I have to work 3 times, 4 times harder than the average person that has it easy because they just go with what society says. Those persons have it completely easy because they just do whatever anybody says that somebody else set up the life as. I have this viewpoint, and to me, I